The Champions League quarterfinal second legs are on the horizon. They are coming up very, very soon. The first leg was a joy to watch, but it was very, very interesting. I thought that it was weird because there was not a single game where both the teams scored. It was quite one-sided. But we will see what we get in the second leg. The second leg is always the more exciting one. And, well, this year, who knows? Because some of the teams could already have it won going into the second leg. The second leg, I'll remind you of the scores. Manchester City played Bayern Munich at home and absolutely smashed them 3-1. Dayot Upamecano had a howler of a game. Inter beat Benfica 2-0 away from home, which was very surprising. Nicolo Barella and Romelu Lukaku's penalty did it for them. Milan won at home against Napoli with an Ismail Benacer goal. And then Chelsea went away to the Bernabeu and played absolutely terrible football and got outclassed and only lost 2-0 due to Benzema and Marco Asensio. And they will have no Ben Chilwell second leg. Napoli have no Frank Zambo Anguissa either. So those could be some complications. Now, I'm going to be predicting the results here. I'm not amazing at predictions. I've made some correctly, but I don't know. Things are going to... When I say things, they're not usually that correct. I mean, yeah, well, let's just see. Starting off with the first game, Chelsea versus Real Madrid at Stamford Bridge. Now, Chelsea are on a terrible form. This is the first time since 1993 when they've gone 4 games consecutively without scoring a goal. And the last time they won a game was Leicester away from home. And, yeah, things aren't going very well for Chelsea at that right now. And Frank Lampard's obviously come in. Graham Potter has been sacked. And he's managed 2 games. They've lost them both. They haven't scored. And things are looking really, really bad. Especially when you look at Kalidou Koulibaly out for a couple of weeks. Yes, he hasn't been good this season at all. But now they're going to have to play someone like Trevor Chalobah at centre-back and no Ben Chilwell either. So their back line is probably going to be Cucurella and Reece James as the wing-backs. And then they're probably going to have to go with Thiago Silva, Wesley Fofana and Trevor Chalobah, which is, yeah, that's slightly worrying for Chelsea, I think. And you've got to remember the likes of Sterling, Joao Felix aren't in great form. So I don't know who's going to be getting the goals here because, yeah, they're not a goal-scoring team and they need minimum 2 goals. And Real Madrid away from home are not to be messed with. I think that this is very, very straightforward. I think that this will be an absolute slapping. Real Madrid are going to Stamford Bridge and they're going to win 3-0. That is my prediction. I think that it will be maybe a tight start to the game. Chelsea might get at them and then as soon as Real Madrid get the first, I think it's going to be game over. And Chelsea are going out of the European Cup at this stage, according to my predictions. Now, moving on to Napoli, who are at home against AC Milan. Now, the complications for Napoli here are no Anguissa and no Kim Min-jae. So, we don't know what it's going to be like for the team because Anguissa and Kim Min-jae are some of the most important players in the team. So, in the midfield, it might have to be someone like Tanguy and Dombele. And at centre-back, I don't know who it's going to be. Probably either Leo Østegård from Norway or Juan Jesus, the 31-year-old Brazilian. One of them is going to have to play alongside Romani. And we don't know how that's going to go for Napoli. However, they are at home and the deficit is just 1 goal. They've got the power of the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. They've got the fans there. And if you look at the way the game played at the San Siro, Napoli were probably the better team. They were the better team for sure. They dominated huge parts of that game. The first half, AC Milan basically had nothing. AC Milan only really started to properly get at them was after the red card, where they probably got a little better. But I thought Napoli dominated that game, and they were very unlucky. Ismail Benacer scored a nice goal. I mean, I rate him as a player. He can play attacking, defensive, or box-to-box in the midfield. Mike Maignan made some huge saves that stopped Napoli from getting it. I thought Rafael Leao looked threatening. And this team, they've got the qualities, right? They've got the likes of Rafael Leao, Benacer, Tonali, who I rate very highly, Theo Hernandez. That left-hand side is great. But, you know, like, they're missing something. They feel like you've got Rade Krunic playing in the midfield, Simon Kjaer, who I think is okay, Brahim Diaz. It's not an amazing team. Napoli, however, Well, they've got Kvaratskhelia, but I don't know about Victor Osimhen. I don't know whether he's going to be back. I don't think so. And if he isn't, that's a big loss. They're going to have to play Elmas up front with Kvaratskhelia and Lozano. This could be a little difficult, but I think the fans could drag them through this one. I'm going for Napoli to score first, get second, then AC Milan reply, and it's going to be 2-1 going into extra time, and I think Napoli will nick the winner. I feel it, and something's telling me it's going to be a set-piece goal. Set-piece goal that is going to do it for them. I don't know why, but I think that's going to happen. And Napoli are going to go through just because I think they're the better team. Right, Pioli this season, I don't know how it's going for AC Milan. Like, I don't watch that many Serie A games, but Pioli did really well last season. This season they're sitting fourth. Things aren't going very good, but it's not great. However, if we go to the other side of Milan, Inter Milan, they're even lower in the Serie A table than their rivals AC. However, they went away to Portugal and won 2-0 against Benfica, and now they're taking them back to the San Siro. It is theirs now. They cannot lose this. It would be a nightmare for Inter Milan if they were to bottle this right now. That would really not be great for them. I expect them to be doing good here. They have to. They actually have to. And the way they performed in that first leg, like that penalty that Lukaku scored, it was a safety blanket. I think that gave them the hope that was it, because I think if it was just 1-0, it was a bit cagey. Nicolo Barella scored a header, that was nice, and then Lukaku off the bench, the biggest pen merchant ever this season for Inter Milan, slapped it in, and I think it was quite interesting the way they played, because obviously Benfica had the fans and they pretty much dominated the game. They really, really should have scored. Like, after that Barella header, it was all Benfica for a couple minutes, and then I don't know what happened, but then the penalty went in. It dropped their confidence, and Romelu Lukaku slapped it in, and that pretty much cemented Benfica going out. But Benfica are not going to go out without a fight. They've got some very, very good players. João Mario's on fire this season. The centre-back, Antonio Silva, he is very, very good. 19 years old. In front of him, another 23-year-old, Florentino Luis. He's been linked with Liverpool as well, and I think he's very, very good. Goncalo Ramos up front, and this is a very, very young team. I think the good teams of the world should be looking at this Benfica squad and going, yeah, we'll take him, because it is a squad full of talent that you could go to any position and take somebody from them. But I think going to the San Siro is going to be too difficult for them. I think they'll score, go 1-0 up, but I think that will be it. I think Inter, with a back five system, will be good enough to defend this Benfica team, even with the likes of Goncalo Ramos, who's done 17 goals this season. I think Benfica 1, Inter 0, and Inter are going to progress. Now, for the last game, at the Allianz Arena against Manchester City, it's Bayern Munich, who went to Manchester and dropped a howler of a performance. It was absolutely shocking. They lost 3-0. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and Erling Haaland with the goals, and they were completely dominated. It was ridiculous. Dayot Upamecano had a night to forget. It was awful from him. And the entire squad, really, even going forward, their most dangerous man by far was Leroy Sané, and I think he was the only danger in the entire game that produced something, to be honest. And Jan Sommer was brilliant in between the sticks, and that was it. They now have to respond at the Allianz. I wouldn't put it past them, but I definitely don't think they will. I think that Bayern could go 1-0 up. I think they could go 2-0 up. 2-0 Bayern Munich at the Allianz. The fans are going crazy. Whoa, just one more goal. They go very attacking. Man City hit them 2-1. And then Bayern just fall on their sword and it's done. I think it'll be Bayern Munich 2, Manchester City 1, Man City to go through and play Real Madrid in the semi-finals. So according to me, it's going to be Man City and Real Madrid on one side of the draw and Napoli versus Inter on the other. Oh my God, I can't wait for this. Liverpool are out, but the Champions League is still amazing. Going to be watching all these games and hoping Man City lose. hoping Real Madrid slap Chelsea, because I like seeing that, and other stuff as well. So, anyway, hope you guys liked that video. It is derby day as well today. Sparta Prague play Slavia Prague tonight. And oh my god, I'm so nervous. We're in a title race. I know that, yeah, we're clear at the top. If we win this, we probably will win the title. So, come on. Huge. Got to bring the luck in. Wearing this the whole day. Come on. And let's hope Bayern Munich create a remontada. See ya!